Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for stopping by. Today what I have for you guys is a brand new GTA 5 Online video. On the weekly update, we're going to be showcasing all of the largest and most major changes for the week, including some of the new events we have going on for the second week of Halloween, like the UFOs, the Ghosts Exposed event has returned. We of course have the new content like the Ludendorff Cemetery Survival, which myself and a lot of other players have been waiting on. We're going to showcase all of the money bonuses, discounts, all of the removed vehicles featured back for a limited time, like this one you could see right here, which is the ANIS SADRR. I will showcase to you in this video how you can unlock this vehicle, where you can unlock it, how much it costs, the performance of it, along with the rest of the removed vehicles that are featured back for limited time this week. We have a lot to talk about, so let's jump in. So first, let's jump in and talk about the Ghosts Exposed event, and that's the reason for me standing in the cemetery right now as it gets dark here in GTA Online. With the Ghosts Exposed event here in GTA, players receive a text from the Ghosts Exposed documentary team. They invite you to participate in basically a paranormal photography competition, and you have to photograph 10 hidden ghosts around southern San Andreas using Snapmatic on your phone, and you have to ensure that the ghosts are visible in the frame of your photo for it to count. Now, each ghost is going to appear in a specific area of the map with 2 possible spawn points, and it's only available for 1 in-game hour. If you get too close, the ghost is going to vanish, but they're going to reappear when they move away. And after you photograph 9 ghosts in any order, a final boss ghost is going to become available. This time it's Dom from the story mode, and you're going to get $20,000 for each ghost photo, as well as $50,000 or an extra $50,000 for capturing them. But remember, the Ghost Exposed event is going to be double money and double RP this week. So the location I'm standing in is actually the first one. It's either going to be available here when it pops up or over in the little pond over there on that island. But of course, you can't see it here from me right now just because it hasn't spawned. Nonetheless, if you want to get the location of the ghost, check out the GTA web map down in the description below. That will showcase to you all of the locations you can follow through. Tomorrow I will have a guide on it in my GTA Online money guide. We'll talk about all the locations, things like that. Now, in addition to the Ghost Exposed event, just in general, if you photograph all 10 ghosts, you'll receive the new Ghost Exposed outfit, as well as the Ghost Exposed livery for the Albany Brigham, and GTA Plus members will also receive the Mummy outfit simply just for logging into the game and playing this week, so that's pretty cool right there. Make sure to check out U4GM. They offer cheap GTA Online cash, handcrafted high-level GTA 5 accounts with lots of money, and even custom boost services. With over 8,000 comments on Trustpilot, check my link in the description and use my code HAZARD for 5% off. Now here we are starting the new Ludendorff Cemetery Survival game mode. For this week's weekly challenge, if you survive a total of 3 waves in this game without dying, you will be rewarded with the gray creepy cat mask, as well as $100,000. So we of course want to complete the weekly challenge this week so we can get the 100 grand because that's good money, but we also want to get that creepy cat mask, which we're going to do right now. All right, so we only have a few enemies left in this survival. Of course, we are on wave 3, and it's very, very simple. All you need to do is reach wave 3, and you get the creepy cat mask. It shouldn't be too hard for players to reach wave 3. So now let's just take out the last enemy who's on fire, and there we go. Wave 3 completed, and once you complete it, you will get the $100,000 as well as the cat mask. So let's go check it out at the wardrobe. And there you go, you can see weekly challenge complete, survive 3 waves in a survival without dying. Here is the creepy cat mask, and I gotta say, this is quite creepy. It doesn't even look like a cat. It is the scariest looking white cat I've ever seen, with these devilish green glowing eyes, crazy teeth. He's gonna rip you to shreds. Do not get on the bad side of this cat, man. I can't imagine when this thing has the zoomies what's gonna happen. So this is the creepy cat mask. Easy, fast, just survive 3 waves in the new survival cemetery. That's double money and double RP, so you might as well do it anyway and unlock this and the 100 grand. Now, of course, jumping into some of our removed vehicles that are featured back for limited time this week at the LS Car Meet, our test drive vehicles. First, let's talk about the one all the way on the right side here. This is the beautiful ANIS SADRR. It's a standout in the supercars class. You get top-notch acceleration. You get a competitive top speed of 123 miles an hour. You get sharp, stable handling. It's excellent for races with lots of turns, a very turn-heavy race. It's inspired by the Nissan R90C as well as the Mazda 787B, and honestly, I think it's positioned just behind the Benefactor LM87 in terms of raw speed, so you get a very potent car this week if you want to buy it, and of course, it's going to cost you $2,575,000 this week to pick up. Now, next up, I think a lot of players are going to be happy to see this return. We saw the Comet SR a few weeks ago, but now we have the standard Fister Comet. The performance of this car is honestly average for a sports car, but you do get superior traction. It's a lightweight car. It's a little bit tail heavy in my opinion. It can be a little bit challenging to handle compared to something like the Feltzer, which we saw just last week, or even the free Elegy RH8, but you get, like I said, awesome traction, great acceleration, top speed of 123 miles an hour, and of course you can turn it into the Comet Retro Custom of Benny, so that's an advantage of maybe buying 2 this week. If you want to pick it up, you can get it for $100,000 flat. And then we also wrap up here with the Dubachi Rapid GT. You get strong acceleration, only an average top speed. I would say you are going to struggle with responsiveness and a wide turning with this car. Like, that's all it's capable of. It's not a car that's good for sharp turns or anything like that. It handles well on those long winding roads, but you also get some poor crash resilience. It feels a little bit heavy while you're driving, so overall that just leads to it not being good on like racetracks or just city driving with a lot of sharp corners. So keep that all in mind. But if you do still want to pick it up, it's a fun car to drive, and it's going to cost you $132,000 this week here in GTA Online. At Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport, we have some repeats from last week, but we also have some new vehicles featured here, of course, just for this weekly update here in GTA Online. So let's start off over on the left here. This is the Weenie EC Sport. Now, this obviously is an upgrade from its predecessor ECs in this game. You get enhanced acceleration, you get a higher top speed. It's an all-wheel drive car compared to others, which I think are rear-wheel drive, if I can recall correctly. So that's going to provide a little bit of stability both on the road and off the road. Of course, it's more of like a rally oriented design that you get here, or I guess a street oriented one, but this car is absolutely 100% going to be less prone to oversteer. You get easy corrections on your turning in the event that you do spin out. I think it's honestly a solid choice for driving around this game. If you do want to pick it up, you can get it for $651,270. Now, of course, we reviewed the LCC Sanctus last week, so there's not much to talk about this week. If you guys want to go, of course, check out my vehicles buyer's guide review from my weekly update guide last Thursday, feel free, but you get a different customization style, black and chrome. This week, we have the Shafter LWB here. This is the Benefactor Shafter LWB. Of course, LWB, long wheelbase. The extended wheelbase variant of the normal Shafter is absolutely going to sacrifice some acceleration and nimble handling, but you're going to get a higher top speed and a little bit more of like an imposing presence because it's a super long vehicle. The longer wheelbase is also going to result in a wider turning radius, obviously less responsive handling. It's not really ideal for tight corners or like, you know, really small spaces, things like that, but I think this car will appeal to those who want better straight line speed in a Shafter and obviously more of a luxurious like CEO VIP driving experience. If you want to pick up the LWB this week, you can get it for $208,000. Next up, this is the Shih Tzu Hakuchou. This isn't the Hakuchou Drag, but overall, honestly, this bike's pretty good. I think it's a powerhouse motorcycle. It's hefty. It's got a really powerful engine. Honestly, in terms of stats, it actually surpasses the Bati 801 in terms of raw power and top speed, especially if you do some wheelies, but obviously it's a much bigger bike. It's a lot of, it's a heavier bike. It's got a longer wheelbase. And because it's heavy, it's got more weight, so that's going to impair your handling. It's still going to be more challenging, and it's not as good of a bike as the Bati 801, especially for time trials, things like that. But the Hakuchou is definitely a sporty bike here in this game. If you want to prioritize speed, particularly on highways, well, you may want to pick this thing up. And if you want to, you can get it for $82,000 this week. And then, of course, the Tornado Rat Rod. This exists just from last year as well. It's a repeat, but instead of it being purple now, it's like a, I guess it's like a really rusted out navy or a gray or something. I almost can't even tell if there's like a little bit of blue in this. I think it's just gray, but nonetheless, here it is. If you want to get it, you can get it for $264,600. So now let's jump into our money bonuses for this week. Starting off, the brand new Ludendorff Cemetery Survival game mode is going to be the only survival that's available this week, actually, and it is double money and double RP. So if you want to jump in, definitely jump into, of course, one, complete the weekly challenge of surviving 3 waves to get your 100 grand. We talked about that, but also just play it because it's fun. Maybe I'll do some live streams of it this week. Let me know in the comments. We could do maybe like an open lobby on PlayStation or something like that. Maybe even PC if there's no cheaters and modders trying to join our sessions and get our IPs and crash us and things like that. But nonetheless, Ludendorff Cemetery Survival, double money and double RP. The Ghost Exposed event is going to be paying out double money and double RP this week, as well as we have triple money and triple RP on the Halloween Community Series. So if you guys are into the Community Series game modes and stuff like that, all of the ones for Halloween this week that are Halloween themed are going to be paying out triple money and triple RP. And of course, later on this week, actually tomorrow, I will have my money guide out for the week, showcasing to you guys how you can make money. Of course, with the Ghost Exposed, we'll showcase the locations, we'll do a little bit of the survival, things like that. Now, when it comes to our discounts this week, we're a little bit lacking, I'll be honest. I mean, we actually have a bunch, but a bunch of them are repeats from last week. So I'll talk about the ones that are brand new, like new discounts first, then we'll just quickly review the old ones. So first, on Legendary Motorsport, we have the Classy Mamba. This car is going to be 30% off. You can get it for $696,500 this week. After that, the Vapid Ratel is also going to be 30% off, so you can get it for $1,311,100. The Zirconium Journey 2 is going to be 30% off, so you can get this for $553,000 or $415,000 with the trade price this week. The Weenie Issy Sport is also 30% off, but of course we reviewed that in the removed vehicle section of this video. But check this out, the Albany Frankenstange is back this week. Of course, if you guys watched my news and information weekly update preview yesterday, then you guys know this, but the Albany Frankenstange has returned to in-game websites for you to purchase. You can get it for 30% off this week, so you can get it for $385,000. Of course, all last week, I recommended to you guys claim the salvage yard vehicle for the week, which was the Albany Frankenstange, just in case it wasn't available on in-game websites ever. I figured maybe it would come back during the final week of Halloween when we get like the finale event and all that stuff, but it seems like Rockstar is going to put it in the game now, and it will probably remain on in-game websites, just like the Albany Lurcher, which is 30% off this week. Same with the Brigham, same with the Tornado Rat Rod, same with the LCC Sanctus, and same with the Chariot Romero Hearse. Of course, I reviewed all these last week. We don't really need to showcase them this week, but if you want all of the limited time Halloween vehicles, including the Frankenstein, well, you can get it from in-game websites like Southern San Andreas Super Autos this week here in-game. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, this week's podium vehicle, as you can see right here, is the Obey Tailgater S. Now, it is available on in-game websites. It's not removed or anything like that, but it's an awesome Audi here in this game. I like this one second to the 8F Drafter. I do think the 8F Drafter is better overall. It's a bigger vehicle, it's faster. You know, honestly, handling is just about as good, but the Obey Tailgater S is still great if you want to try and unlock it this week. Of course, just spin the lucky wheel, grab it, spin the lucky wheel, and while you're at it, grab those visitor chips at the cashier as well. Here at the LS Car Meet, your prize ride for the week is the Maibatsu Penumbra FF, which I believe released with the Los Santos Tuners update. It's actually a pretty cool vehicle, honestly. It's worth unlocking this week. All you need to do is place top 3 in LS Car Meet Series races for 3 consecutive days in a row, and of course, this Saturday, I will be continuing my free vehicles guide, so we'll talk about that Obey Tailgater S as well as this Maibatsu Penumbra FF, and we will review the performance, you know, all the different types of performance characteristics, customization, things like that. So hopefully you enjoy. At the salvage yard this week, here are our 3 salvage yard robberies. These are available until October the 16th. So starting off, we do have the Albany Cavalcade XL. This is this week's standard range vehicle featured in the Gangbanger robbery. The Classic Broadway is this week's mid-range vehicle, stealable in the Podium robbery, and then the Grati Cheetah Classic is this week's top-range vehicle, featured in the McToney robbery. None of these are going to be claimable this week. At Luxury Autos this week, we have the newer Inus Paragon S that dropped with the bottom dollar bounties update with this cool like fractal livery, and then of course as well we have the Declassy Impaler LX, which basically just like a slashed circle livery, but some pretty cool colors with these cars this week. For this week's gun van opportunities, I'll showcase to you guys the location if you're watching on Thursday, October the 10th. He's up in Procopio Beach in between Paleto Bay and Grapeseed. But when it comes to the gun van weapons this week, we do have the Nightstick, we have the compact EMP launcher, the minigun, the double barrel shotgun, the grenade launcher, as well as the heavy revolver. Now the minigun is going to be 50% off for all players in this game. You want to pick this up this week if you plan on playing the survival game mode. I would assume most players have it anyway, but if you haven't unlocked it just yet, you might as well pick it up and get it for 50% off at the gun van rather than going to Ammunition and buying it. The compact EMP launcher is going to be 50% off, but this is reserved only for GTA Plus members. That's everything that you can check out this week in GTA Online. That's limited time, rare, removed, all of that and more. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys did go on to enjoy, and of course if you found the information helpful, a like would of course be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more content like this. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are the best places to stay connected with me outside of YouTube, and I will see you guys in the next GTA Online video tomorrow with the money guide on how to make money this week fast, easy, and solo in GTA 5 Online. Adios, amigos.